Welcome to Transformative Truths, quotes for learning, growing, and becoming. I'm Wally Goddard.
And I'm Sarah Waldron Brinton.
And we are glad to have you here today. We love sharing great ideas. I wanted to share one from Helen Keller. She made a statement that I think is just so inspiring. Don't you love her example to us, the whole world?
Of fortitude and just wisdom learned by hard experience.
To go blind and deaf and be shut out from the world and still have such a great attitude. So let's read her words and see what she said.
Let's learn.
She says this, "My story is now told, and I hope, kind reader, you are convinced how little able I was to write it. I live, in my own way, the life that you do, and I am as happy as you are. The outward circumstances of our lives are but the shell of things. My life is pervaded by love as a cloud by light. Deafness is a barrier against intrusion, and blindness makes us oblivious to much that is ugly and revolting in the world. In the midst of unpleasant things, I move as one who wears an invisible cap. Sometimes, it is true, a sense of isolation enfolds me like a cold, white mist as I sit alone and wait at life's shut gate. Beyond, there is light and music and sweet companionship, but I may not enter. Fate, silent, pitiless, inexorable, bars the way. Fain would I question his imperious decree, for my heart is still undisciplined and passionate, but my tongue will not utter the bitter, futile words that rise to my lips, and they fall back into my heart like unshed tears. Silence sits immense upon my soul. Then comes hope, with sweet, sad smile and whispers, there is joy in self-forgetfulness. So I try to make the light in others' eyes my sun, the music in others' ears my symphony, the smile on others' lips my happiness."
Wow.
Boy, talk about the self-forgetfulness. Talk about making someone else's joy your own. Talk about living life to appreciate the blessings enjoyed by people around you.
I think it's part of human nature to sort of be at odds or in competition with people around us. Say, if they're having some joy, there's maybe not enough left for me. And Helen Keller is teaching us quite the opposite is true, that there is abundance and goodness that we can share. And what a wise and fascinating insight, that she says, blindness makes us oblivious to much is ugly and revolting in the world. I think, wow, I'd be better off if there were things I hadn't seen.
Yeah.
Just the quiet introspection that she is forced into could drive you mad, or it can drive you to places that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to go, maybe.
Maybe grateful reflection.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like she really enters into other people's joy and makes it her own.
That's amazing.
How much joy we could have if we found joy in everyone's success and everyone's happiness. Wow, there's a lot of joy out there.
I think so too. I wonder how we could practice that this week.
Yeah.
Maybe even deciding, maybe even praying, Lord, help me notice someone else's joy. Sometimes we look for other people's burdens so that we can lighten their load, and that's one really wonderful thing to do. But what if we were looking for other people's joy?
Wow. Sarah, there's a strong human tendency when someone says, oh, you'll never guess what happened to me today, and they share something. We say, well, let me tell you about what happened to you. Yeah.
Why do we do that?
I know. It's like one-upmanship. And wouldn't it be nice? I remember when my mom and dad, after many years, finally bought a new car, and the neighbors came down and said, we're so happy for you. What a nice thing to have a brand new car. How are you liking it? And they just entered into mom and dad's experience. And that's a very Christlike thing to do.
It is. And I think that we have talked a lot on this podcast about entering into someone's difficult experience. And this feels very revelatory to me that we can also be Christian as we enter into their joyful experience. And it's maybe harder.
Yeah.
In some ways, because like you said, when someone says, oh boy, I stubbed my toe today, you're like, man, I stubbed my toe too, right? And then
I broke my foot.
And then you say, I can't walk. And we do want to do this comparison thing, but we do it with the joyful things as well. And I wonder if we could train ourselves to just sit in someone else's happiness.
I like how you said that. Just take a seat in their happiness.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll applaud it, cheer for it, rejoice with it.
Sounds fun.
Well, there's our challenge.
Okay.
Next time somebody's got something joyous to share, let's really enter into it and be a part of it with them.
And take an interest in just that instead of turning it toward ourselves. Ooh,
Yes.
sounds fun. Let's do it
It's
this
a
week.
challenge.
Thanks, Wally. Thank you
Yeah.
for sharing that quote with us. We are blessed to have learned from someone who's experienced things I'll never understand.
Yeah, if we learn from the very best, we can really have joy.
Amen.
Thanks for being with us today. We look forward to seeing you again.
Thanks for joining us.
We hope that some of the quotes we share are meaningful to you and something maybe you'd like to add to your personal collection. If so, go to drwally.com and look under Transformative Truths podcast, and all the quotes as we broadcast them will be available to you to cut and paste into your collection.